Good to see you guys. Welcome back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Good to be back home. Looking forward to go over the charts with you guys here. Press a 1 in the chat, guys. Let's freaking go. Let's get this party started again. Let's get back to work. Let's get back to our schedule. A lot of traveling, man. A lot of freaking traveling. I'm back home. Feels good. So let's get the party started. Looking forward to kick it up with you guys strong. Yes, sir. Good to see you. My G, Emdem, Greg, what's up? Igor, Daniel Berger, Kalut, Muyai, Akasha, good to see you. Ryu, my G, Thomas, yes sir, Lelouch, Dario, good to see you. I tried to do book setup on dollar cap, completely messed up. Can you do a quick overview how to spot and implement? We're gonna go deep, man, today. We will. Yes, sir. RJ Music, let's get the party started. All right, let's smash up that like button. And let's get to freaking work, ladies and gentlemen. I'm really looking forward to today's session here. Let's see what we have in the markets. We are actually looking at, I actually took a gold trade during the London session. That was freaking nice. Let's go a little bit deeper into the market. I was looking at the dollar yen, but the dollar is not ready yet, or it feels like we're not there yet. But anyways, man, what's happening? Good to see you all. First thing you should do, if you're new here, you should download the ebook, the LTA Concepts Trading War Map. Right there, it's in the description. You know, get it so you understand the way we trade and stuff. And also, of course, you know, if you want to learn something like for real, when you're serious about learning, then this free book should help you tremendously. Let me know what you guys think in the chat for the people that are new. Do you like the book? Have you learned something from it? Do you have any questions about it? And all of these things are going to come to fruition here. We're going to talk about all of that. Okay. Okay, look at the EURUSD. 100%. We're going to look at a couple other things as well. Indeed, I agree with you, my friend. Okay. We're going to look at the dollar. You can look at the EURUSD. We're going to look at some Forex pairs today as well. Not just gold only. Just because we can. That's the main reason, because we can. We can actually look at some other things as well because of the dollar. A couple other layers that are looking actually quite good as well here. So, yeah, man. For my Forex traders, it's gonna be a good stream. For sure. Okay, so, man. First I went to Dubai. After Dubai, I went to Phuket, Thailand. After Phuket, Thailand, I went to Bangkok, Thailand. And then I went back to Bali in around like a week or so, like 9 days or so. It felt like a century, to be honest. Anyways, had a good time. Good to be back home right now. I think it's always nice to have your own, you know, trading setup at home with all your screens and everything is set up perfectly to your manners. It just works. It just works. I like traveling though. I like traveling and trading. You know, you need to adjust though, right? I have a really good travel setup also for trading, but there's nothing like home. There's nothing like home. How do we call this? We call this a holiday within a holiday. Within a holiday. Within a holiday. That's kind of how it looked like last week. Life is a holiday, right? In general. Okay. Let's get to work, G's. Let's go over the markets here. I am looking at a couple things. You guys are all, of course, wondering what is happening with gold right now. It's dropping. What is happening with the dollar? The dollar is holding up quite well. The US government actually opened up again, right? That is something interesting to think about, to look at, but hasn't really given us any information yet because there's not that much economic data coming out yet that really is going to help us give us more clarity about what is actually happening, right, from that standpoint. So anyways, we'll go over that in a second here. The dollar is looking pretty solid overall. I mean, I'm actually not that bearish around the dollar right now at this current moment. The main reason why is because the dollar is actually looking pretty good, right? It has been trending upwards quite well, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, just on the daily. And now we're pulling back, and we created daily demand again yesterday. And you can kind of see right now that we're holding and respecting that zone right here. So the dollar, you know, is kind of now ranging a little bit on the lower time frame, right? But at the same time, right, if you go to gold, right? If you go to gold, there was a really clean setup, geez. A really freaking clean trade setup. This was the exact trade right here. I entered on that break. I will go over the trade itself here. But that was a really nice clean setup. We had that range. We had a manipulation. And then we had an expansion, right? And then we entered that trade on the expansion. And then price, you know, came up, came back down eventually. But that was kind of the setup here. Do you guys see the setup itself? Is it recognizable to you if you just look at this candle formation? Let me know in the chat what you guys think. All right, range, manipulation, the expansion, right? If this is recognizable to you, then let me know, because this is a setup, G's, that happens freaking all the freaking time, all the time. You just need to find it. You need to spot it. These setups are clean, super freaking clean. Okay. That's what we're looking at. So anyways, we're going to go over the gold chart right now. What do I mean with that? Well, the first thing I always do with gold is I look at higher time frame supply and demand. So if you are new and you have no clue how we trade or whatever the case may be, before we go to the lower time frame and look at the volume profile, because we use the volume profile for our execution and stuff, we are always doing one thing first. And that one thing is understanding either the fundamentals or what we call the macro technical. So the higher time frame, right? The higher time frame supply and freaking demand. That is what we're looking at right here. So if you go into your book, okay, and you go to page number 24, you can kind of see that right there. All right. You can kind of look at this one right here and you can see macro technicals is second. Okay. Then comes the fourth, and that is our volume analysis. So whenever we look at the macro technicals, the higher time frame first, okay, we look at supply and demand. Supply and demand has been absolutely super freaking important to us because without that, it's very hard to understand what the higher time frame is telling us right there, right? The market structure and the higher time frame. So supply and demand on the higher time frame is for me everything. Okay, so if you go to gold here, what do you see happening on the gold chart, right? What happened today, or what happened, yeah, yesterday and today, pretty much, okay? But what happened was we tapped into this higher time frame demand zone, right? And for the people that are questioning, like, what time frame do I look at my demand zones? It's the monthly, the weekly, the daily, the 12-hour, and the 8-hour, right? So the monthly, weekly, daily, 12-hour, 8-hour. In this case, is this a valid demand zone? Let me know what you guys think in the chat. Do you guys think that this is a valid demand zone? Okay, if you guys say yes, then we can go to the next segment, all right? And that is the explanation of why we took that setup then, why we took that long trade here. Because obviously, as a higher time frame supply and demand, you're a day trader, right? I assume that if you're watching me, you're either a day trader, and some of you guys are probably scalpers as well, right? You're not gonna take an entry here and look at a long position there and just place your stop loss below that supply or below the demand and get into the trade. I mean, you could, but if you are a day trader, then it's not really per definition, right, smart to enter a trade, because like, how many pips do you want to achieve? 1,000? 1100 in order to reach your target. So that's not really going to work out. So you need somehow to go to the lower time frame to get into your trades earlier than that, right? So whenever you are bouncing off of a higher time frame demand zone, for example, right, as you can see here on gold, which is the 4028, for example, right? They can kind of see what I mean with that, right? So you can see that built around that, okay? You can kind of hold here, but in order for you to take a trade, you don't want to hold that trade for like 5, 6, 7, 8 days if you are a day trader, right? You want to get in, you want to get out. So how do we do that? Okay, so we use this bounce, we use this higher time frame as our confirmation. Okay, and supply and demand zones, by the way, are everywhere. You have them here, you have them there, you have them here, right? There are a lot of supply and demand zones that you can look at. So once we have that confirmation, okay, we go to the lower time frame, let's say the 15-minute, or maybe even a 5-minute, and we're looking at specific patterns that you kind of can see here. So if you have this 12-hour demand zone here on gold, you go to the lower time frame, and what do we see, right? Well, we see the following setup, and this is something that we talk about all the time in our book as well here. This is on page number what, 40? Keep forgetting it. I should know it by now, right? 100%. 56, 57. Sorry. Where is this freaking thing? 58. Sorry, 58. Right? You have the consolidation, the manipulation, and the expansion. Okay, this is one of our execution models. So once we get the highlight of the higher time frame, and once we utilize supply and demand, and we know, hey, we are in like a higher time frame area of demand right now, and on the lower time frame, we formulate this pattern, the consolidation, the manipulation, and the expansion. That is an entry model. Right? That is an execution model on the lower time frame, which you can utilize to take action, to take trades from. So how does that look like? Right here, right? We have the consolidation. We have the freaking expansion. The manipulation, sorry, manipulation. And we have the expansion right there, right? So that is a setup that we utilize. Now, how do we actually take a trade from that? How do we execute a trade here, right? We utilize this tool right there, the fixed range volume profile. All right, let me show you this one more time. The fixed range volume profile. We utilize that tool right around there. You cannot see it. Okay. The fixed range volume profile right around here. Okay. And what do we do when we actually take a trade from that fixed range volume profile? We draw it from the left to the right there of that range. Okay. So we understand that there is some sort of manipulation taking place, right? And we look for our setup here. Now you have 3 key levels: the value area high, the value area low, and the point of control right around there. Okay. If we manage to pull back above the value area high, right, in this case, right around there, we close back above that critical key level here. And we tap back into that level, as you guys can see right there. Okay, that is where we look for our executions, right? And price came back, it held above it. We took our trade and we targeted our setup right there. That's the thought process of the trade right here, right? The consolidation, manipulation, and the expansion right here. So that is gold, and that is how you can utilize the higher time frame as your first confirmation, and then your lower time frame for your execution. Okay? Does that make sense, G's? Does that make sense? Just a question for you, because if you understand this process, this is a simple system, right? That you can repeat over and over and over again. You can go higher time frame, supply and demand, okay? You look for these patterns internally on the lower time frame. You wait for demand to be hit. You wait for that pattern to occur. You wait for the execution, right? That's the foundation. That's the foundation of the strategy. Like, there are a lot of other things you can implement. You can utilize fundamentals to make sure that the supply and demand zones are confirmed, you know, that it makes sense, that you can scale in, whatever. You can manage your trade in certain ways. You can do so many more things than that. But the foundation always results from the higher time frame to then the lower time frame execution here, okay? If you follow that process and you follow that exact system, it's gonna make a big difference for you. You should try it out. You should freaking try it out. So anyways, where are we now? That's the question, right? Where are we now with gold? Well, at this current moment, what I can see here is that at this moment right now, we are kind of respecting, right, the 12-hour demand zone right here, right? So we're kind of trying to push up right here at the moment. What I realized though is that we have an 8-hour zone right here. So, you know, you're now hovering in between an 8-hour zone where you're going to face resistance for sure. You will see. We're going to face resistance there. Price is going to tap into that and it's going to have a hard time breaking it. So unfortunately, we are now kind of pushing from that 12-hour into that 8-hour zone where we're going to find resistance. And if you think we're not going to find any resistance there, well, watch what happens when you tap into that, okay? And this is going to be around the 4,058-ish level right now. So we're going to pay attention to what happens around that 8-hour supply. You can also see that there is a large range there as well here. And you're pretty compressed overall, right? But things are getting a bit tricky from that standpoint because we're now hovering into that 8-hour resistance. So we cannot really be that bullish now because we're gonna trade into that resistance right now, right? The trade itself played out during the London session. That's pretty much it. You can see that right there. The range, the manipulation, the expansion, entry. That was the trade during the London. But if we now look at the New York session here, okay, and we look at this range, what I want to just observe is how do we react around this range right now at the moment? And is there a chance we're gonna pull back, okay? And if that's the case, if we're gonna pull back, then I need another confirmation, and that will be the dollar. Because the dollar, like I said before, is looking pretty decent. Looking actually pretty good at this current moment right now. You can see that we're holding up in the daily demand, but we haven't been able to really follow through yet, right? We're still kind of like ranging and stuff. But if the dollar decides to hold up and shows some strength, or we start to push up higher, or the dollar starts to flip, let's say this 4-hour candle, yeah, I think that shows strength. I think that's going to show strength for the dollar. I think it's going to just increase the chances that this will be an area of resistance where we have to be very freaking patient with gold right now at the moment here. So if you look at the weekly one more time on gold right now, then you can also see that gold is actually in a higher time frame area of support as well right now, okay? So my higher time frame bias is telling me that we're looking pretty strong. Like we could actually hold up and we could actually be bullish. And this could potentially, right, be the bottom many of you guys actually have hoped for because of this exact reason, right? Price tapping into the major zone and then trying to break back above that here. Even though, right, we failed to take out these highs right there, which actually showed us that there was a lot more weakness out there. Because we simply failed to take out these highs right around there. So anyways, conclusion is we're going to find some resistance soon. I'm going to pay a lot of attention to what has happened here. If we manage, right, to break above these key levels and we take out that supply, then there is nothing stopping gold, in my opinion, from going higher, right? That's kind of the thought process. So if we manage to break higher, I don't see anything stopping us from going back towards this higher time frame zone, the 12-hour supply zone right here, which is sitting at fucking freaking 4156. Right? So it really depends on what happens right now internally speaking. And if we can now break back above our key levels, I think we have some potential here. But trust me, we're going to find some resistance very soon. So we have to pay attention and see what happens from there. Okay? So it looks strong on the lower time frame. Gold is showing us a reversal. One beautiful trade played out during the London. If we break out, then I think we're going to look for bullish continuation. We're just going to find resistance very soon. That's it. Master says, I assume we do the fixed volume profile and we can identify where it rejects from. It reject me from. I don't understand the question. Sorry, brother. Lorenzo, thank you that you teach us that I'm consistently profitable, because I'm grateful for that. For real, for real. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Yeah. Yeah, it's good to be back home, geez. Good to be back home. Lorenzo, how was Phuket? It was fun, man. I met my G, Gavin Dentis, one of the co-founders of the Limitless Trading Academy. So that was freaking awesome. Freaking awesome. Dubai was great. Phuket was great. Thailand is also pretty nice, actually. Pretty good. Arvin says, I made an impulsive buy and I'm profitable. Good. If it makes sense, if it aligns with your strategy, of course. Yeah, 100%. I long gold from the previous daily very low, targeting the previous daily POC. Yeah, I'm very curious to see what gold is absolutely rallying right now. So I'm very curious to see what happens. I'm gonna mark out the zone for you so you understand what I mean. And I'm just gonna mark out the higher time frame first so you understand which zone I'm talking about, right? This zone right here. Where is that? Is that the 478? 4078, yeah? Yeah, that's that range we're talking about here. So we're gonna find some serious resistance here. There's no doubt. There's no doubt. We'll see what happens around that level here. Get some sort of rejection. Yeah, in terms of the dollar, right? In terms of Forex right now, if you look at the dollar index, dollar is dropping. So it's coming down. It's pushing soon into the major support, actually. Yeah, so it's pushing the major support here. If we see the yen, for example, I was looking at the yen as well here. Let's see what the yen is doing. I think it's a filled setup, to be honest. The yen looks like a filled setup to me. Yeah, it's a filled setup right here. Dollar is still too weak. Let's see, what else did I have on my watch list? I made a whole watch list with our community yesterday. We went over every freaking instrument. What is the pound against US dollar doing? Still in that zone, right? Trading dollars pushing higher. Euro. Euro is still respecting the zone, right? Euro is still respecting this. New Zealand dollar, pound, silver. Lorenzo, can you check silver? Yes. Silver is also holding up really well, my friend. You're right. Silver is also holding up really well. That's a good question actually to ask you guys. Like, are you guys actually trading silver? Or are you guys only trading gold? I know many guys trade Forex here. Many guys trade Forex, but I'm specifically talking about silver. Like, are people trading silver here? Only gold, only gold, only gold, only gold. You should freaking try it, man. You should freaking try it one day. If you have never traded silver before, and you like some volatility, because I know you bastards like some freaking volatility, right? Then this is your chart. Then this is your instrument. And this is your instrument. 100%. Lorenzo, do you think I could go long on gold right now? I think you should be freaking careful with longing right here. Yeah, if you're not already in from like the earlier session or something, or you just took a breakout day, great if you can manage your trade. I think we're going to face some serious resistance very, very soon, man. Yeah. If this gets taken out, then that looks freaking good for gold. Looks freaking good. Now people are struggling. I think we'll get some resistance here. Let me mark out these levels. Right there, right? Yo, Lorenzo, Bitcoin tanked, bro. Bitcoin, I shorted it last night. It was looks like a disaster right now. An absolute disaster. Absolute disaster. 100%. Do you only do analysis on stream or open trade too? Depends on the market. I'm not forcing anything if I don't see a setup that I like. All right, that's kind of the way we're doing it here. We have a lot of things to talk about while we're waiting for setup. Just setting some things up in case we do have a trade indeed. Was there a long opportunity on silver 30 minutes ago? 8 hour? Not really, no. Not really. No, we're just trading right into that supply. You can see that we're reacting from it right now, actually. We're getting rejected from it. Silver got rejected at this higher time frame the month. Let's actually look at this from that perspective. Maybe there actually was a setup right there. No, it never... Maybe there was. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. It's kind of interesting as well, right? That silver right now is already in that resistance. It's already struggling right here. The correlation between gold and silver has been... You guys probably already know that, right? Very strong. So if silver, let's say, goes into like resistance, then it's definitely something to look at for gold too. Look at that correlation, right? In case you don't know what this blue line is, this blue line is 0.92. You know what it means? 0.92? That means that gold and silver pretty much run identical, right? 0.92 means they're very highly, strongly correlated. You guys can see that right here. So what happens if silver, right, taps into a major area of supply and is getting rejected there? What do you think will happen to gold? Gold will, you know, will face some resistance too. There is no doubt that gold will also struggle. And that's kind of the thought process behind it here. So yeah, you can kind of see right now at the moment that silver has been pushing up and gold also have been pushing up. But we are not far from that resistance. That's what I'm saying, man. We're going to reach some resistance here. You will see. Looks really strong right now, though. Johnny says, I want a 50K Apex prop account and Apex banned the country that I live in. Yeah, that's where are you from? That's pretty sad. That's pretty sad. Yo, Lorenzo, you were a G for giving that guy his challenge. Hey, listen, that's what we do, man. That's what we freaking do. How do you know there will be resistance? Is it your years of trading experience? No, bro. We're just gonna tap into his supply zone soon. There is no doubt, right? And at the same time, just look at silver too, right? Silver is already in that zone right now. You can see that right here. So it could break it. Of course, I have no magic ball, right? But we're gonna find it's gonna struggle, right? It has to fight through it. That is the thought process right there. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, we're close at least. I'm gonna pay attention to what happens around this level right now. And then we'll see the 4,077. Bro, what is your gold trading strategy? So I wake up. So for example, right? I wake up, I do like this. And I open my right eye. And then I have a number 3 in my hand, right? With the number 3, I go to like the charts. And I execute on any number that starts with a 3. If it's a long or short, doesn't matter. So for example, right? We're now gonna reach the 4,073. So that means I'm gonna short from that level. I'm pretty patient for that, of course. You need to be patient for that strategy. But yeah, nah. Highly accurate, highly accurate. How can you get your trading IDs on Telegram? Now, there are a couple things that you can do. For sure, you need to be on our Telegram 100%. We actually talked about that exact setup already. I showed you that beforehand. I've done a whole breakdown before as well. If you want to watch it back, you can. Have to type it over, but this is like a video we did. We make sure that people will get a breakdown beforehand, and then on a day-to-day basis, they get a full update on what we're looking for. You know, in terms of the setups, etc.
Yes,
right? Fam. So that's kind of the idea here. So what you can do for that. Let me actually see where I can find it here. Yeah, you just have to click on the link in the chat. Okay. Someone will drop it in the chat. You create a Vantage account, you deposit on your own account, so it stays your own account. And then you can get access to this group. And if you already have a Vantage account, you can just simply click on the link in the message and will be fixed. Wow, great strategy, man. Can we do it with 2 or 4 too? No, only with 3s. 3, 6, and 9s. You know what I mean? You don't use equal numbers on this live stream. Nah, I'm joking, G. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm a terrible trader. You should not listen to me. Okay, while we're waiting for that to happen here, to get into that zone, that higher time frame zone, waiting for higher time frame zone to be hit. I actually saw a video I wanted to watch already a long time ago that someone shared with me in the group. Let's actually see if I can put it up right now. If it's interesting, though, let's give it a check. ICT Dissed Us. ICT talked about the volume profile last week. Oh, that's gonna be a good one. That's gonna be a good one. If ICT talks about the volume profile, then we're in for some funsies. That's 100% guaranteed. Yeah, that's an absolute watch. Let's see what it actually means. Let's see. Sound.
You profile my ass!
ICT just dissed all the volume profile and order flow community, saying that volume profile and order flow, real order flow footprint charts are completely useless. And funnily enough, both Patrick and Fabio, 2 world top ranked traders in the Robbins Cup, the same one where ICT miserably failed 4 times, both use footprints and volume profile. And then he did a 3-hour rant on YouTube where he speaks like this.
There's no algorithm. Level 2, baby. No footprint. No volume profile. Point of control. The control is me. I'm controlling price. I'm controlling it. I'm controlling where this is going to go next. That pisses you off because I sound arrogant. Everybody else that isn't using what I'm teaching is clueless. No! That's so silly. Holy smokes! Volume profile my ass! You might as well just call me Mr. Perfect because that's who I'm going to be from now on. ICT.
This guy completely lost his left ball sack. It's unbelievable.
He's retired. It's Mr. Perfect, baby.
You know what this reminds me of? The time he lost the Robbins Cup.
Robbins Cup.
Like, that's a fucking challenge. I am going to win that. I don't know why you guys are sitting here pretending like I forgot about it. Here's what happened. I went in the Robbins Cup and I sat there and I pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed, and I pushed that fucking account down to $900 fucking dollars.
So it seems to me every time he feels like he has his back against the wall, he's doing these crazy rants. And I think now he's realizing that slowly people are not only waking up about him, but about all of his concepts and the myths and lies that he has perpetuated for decades now. And that's pretty funny. And I love how Fabio answered. A candlestick trader calling order flow data marketing is like a doctor dismissing MRI machines as hype equipment and locating fractures by poking your leg. That's not analysis, that's archaeology. Ooh, couldn't agree more. Peace out.
Volume profile my ass!
ICT.
What the fuck? What the fuck happened to this motherfucker? He had so much potential. He could become the OG. He could become the best freaking... He had everything. And he just threw it in the fucking garbage. That's what happened. I don't know what else to say. I mean, if the volume profile, like real institutional order flow and data, and you come up with the algorithm and it's me, he's losing his freaking mind, this guy. He had a lot of potential and he's losing his freaking mind. It's unfortunate, but it makes sense why so many ICT traders come to us, come to the other side, because they realize, oh shit, I've been fooled a long time ago. You know, sometimes I win, sometimes I lose. Yeah, everyone sometimes wins or sometimes lose. It's binary. Unbelievable, geez. Freaking believable. How do you do that? How do you actually keep that up for so long? Successfully. Like, what is the trick? Because his marketing skills are absolutely off the charts right here. Damn. Bro, his community is leaving him. All his cloud is closely fading. He cannot accept that. It's tough. It's freaking hard. It's tough. And you know what's crazy? I'm a big fan of like the CUT data, right? All the macro fundamental stuff. If you go to one of his old school... Actually check this out. You're not going to fucking believe this. We're waiting for gold to hit that zone. You're not going to believe what you're going to find right now. We just talked about it. If we type in...
He just dissed all the...
Let's type in ICT here. ICT COT data. This was him. This was him 7 years ago. This guy was talking about the CUT data and was protecting it like crazy. He was talking about all the fundamentals, everything that came with that, the CUT data, all the things that Larry Williams actually talks about, right? The Larry Williams, that old guy that got recently interviewed in the Titans of Tomorrow interviews, right? These podcasts. You can see he was talking about all the macro fundamental, all the right stuff. And somehow, somewhere, it all changed. No more CT data. No more higher time frame. All lower time frame, algorithmic freaking bullshit. It's unbelievable. Crazy. Lorenzo, what is your win rate? Win rate is kind of irrelevant. But if you want to know, it should be around 65 to 70% with a 2-to-1 risk reward ratio. 7 years ago, he was the most relevant trader out there. I think even 3 years ago, right? Everyone's talking about it all the time. And, you know, there are definitely, like, we cannot neglect, there are some good things out there, right? There are clearly some things you can utilize properly. But if you represent a strategy or you represent something that has to do with what you preach, you have to pray what you preach, right? You have to do what you tell people to do. If you do something and then at the background you do something else, or you trade completely different, and then that's a bit sad. That's a bit sad. How do you spot resistance on the higher time frame? I mean, what we can see right now, right, is that we're gonna reach that zone right now. So the trade itself was really nice around the London session here. You could see the price broke up, pulled back, and that was pretty much the retrace. But now we're trying to pull back into the higher time frame resistance. From that resistance onwards, we're gonna see if we can get rejected or not. And if we do, then I might be interested to see what happens there, right? We might be able to take some setup around that zone if you do see rejection there. That's kind of the thought process right now. Lorenzo, that looks like an inverted head and shoulders pattern. It does, right? People say that these things don't work. What is this? What is this? In the right context? In the right context, it does its job. Clearly, it does its job. Yeah, it does. Hey Lorenzo, have you sold most of your crypto? I haven't sold any. I haven't sold any. I'm in it deep. Haven't sold any crypto. I don't even want to sell it. Like, I don't even see the point of selling it. I'm thinking about buying more. Lorenzo, do you know Apteros Nado trading? If yes, is it good? I'm interested to buy it. I have never heard of it. Can you talk about EURUSD? Yeah, we can. The main reason why we're looking at the dollar right now is that the dollar is actually still respecting, okay? It's still respecting the daily demand for now. So if we manage to flip this bullish, I think this is going to be a strong push for the dollar. I think if we manage to flip this daily candle or the next daily candle, right? I think there's a big chance we could shoot up. And if that happens, I think things like Euro, USD will have a hard time, will struggle, right? So that's kind of the thought process for now on the Euro, on the dollar. And if you take that information to the EURUSD, then you can see that you're now holding that support. But the reality is that we got rejected right there in that daily supply, right? So if you were, when we were in a daily supply zone, you can kind of see that we rejected, we broke down. Now we're kind of in that range here. So what I'm looking for is obviously a breakdown, right? If the euro decides to break out of that range, we'll take out support, and I will look for the continuation to the downside. But the dollar needs to give us that push up, and it will automatically happen. If the dollar pushes up, I think that this will become a valid setup. So for example, mark out fixtures for a profile. I want to see a retracement into, for example, this level, which is sitting at 15882. And then I look for that short setup, that short continuation play for the EURUSD, because we could be pushing down further if the dollar decides to push up higher. If the dollar pushes up, that's fantastic. Same thing counts for the dollar yen. All right, if the dollar yen decides to hold here, then this is also something with potential. I mean, I might looked at the wrong range, to be honest with you. I should have just looked at this 5-minute range, because right now you can clearly see where we're holding up, right? If the dollar holds up, same thing for the dollar yen. I will go long on the dollar yen too. And this is something that I'm actually more tempted in trading today on the stream. Especially if we manage to break above this range right here, because it just shows me that there is just more potential for the yen to continue to push up higher. So if we manage to break out, I might be looking at some sort of long setup right around there, knowingly that the dollar is in that support. Thunder Rank says, I'm looking for sells in gold, at least short term. Gold is now in the previous daily PCSO range. Yeah. We're on the same page, my friend. We are on the same page. It might look very strong right now, but we will reach that higher time frame resistance soon. What about the NASDAQ? Previous week felt like crazy. Yeah, NASDAQ is also on our list. Man, NASDAQ is tanking, bro. NASDAQ is tanking. It's definitely coming down hard. What can I say? The NASDAQ has been dropping hard. NASDAQ has been creating all these zones. It's definitely looking bearish. Definitely looking bearish. Omar says gold drama queen. Why do you love? Why do you guys love gold trading so much? Let me know in the chat. Why do you guys love gold trading so much? Are you just used to it or something? Is that it? Your friends are trading it? You love to lose money? Lorenzo, I just joined the Telegram. I already have a winning trade. Amazing, my G. Amazing. Yes. All the people that are new in our Telegram, congratulations. Welcome. Good to have you here, my friend. Sas, I guess. Welcome, my G. Prof, welcome, my G. AM, welcome, my G. Bargoth, welcome, my G. Good to see you. Good to see you. Many of you guys, many of our like-minded individuals. Good to see you all. Good to see you all. Canary says, I'm in it for gold for the fast money. You know what happens with fast money, right? You know the saying about fast money, right? Fast money comes and goes, my friend. It comes and goes. Usually it goes. Sometimes it comes. Usually it goes. Gold don't want to be entered. We're gonna see. I'm gonna keep the session a bit shorter today. We're gonna see if we tap into that zone, if we see any reaction from it. Otherwise, I'm gonna just leave it for today. Just gonna give it a try. Come back tomorrow again. See where we're at. Especially for gold. In the Telegram account, the setups are shared. Yes, they are. They are. Yeah, because there's much more than gold than we trade, right? So it's not just gold that we're trading all the time. We like to look at multiple different assets. The reason why is because you just can find better, higher probability setups. And it kind of allows you not to feel forced, right? Because what I notice with a lot of people, also here, by the way, also in the chat, to be honest with you, a lot of people, they look at gold like they have to take a trade and they're upset if they don't take a trade. And then they rather take a stupid trade, right? Because that's at least a trade. That's at least some sort of trade, right? So for that reason, what we like to do in our group, in our community, is just we like to look at multiple different assets. It gives us more higher probability setups that align with what we're looking for, right? So people are saying, yeah, you need to know one asset and you need to master that one asset. Maybe if you are an order flow trader and you're really deep into the understanding of how buyers and sellers are active. But if you're just looking at candlestick charts, I think you need to look at multiple assets. That's my personal opinion. Ronnie says no volume profile needed. I think you can use the volume profile very well. The reason why it's so useful is because you can fine-tune your entries until the T. Literally until the T. You don't have to guess anymore. Lorenzo, check out the dollar yen. We're breaking out. All right, we are. Okay. We actually are. That means the dollar is pushing. That is actually a good sign. That means we're most likely gonna enter it. Let's see where we are. Dollar is just respecting that zone. It's holding above that demand. It's not looking bad at all. I actually kind of like how the dollar is holding up. Like what is gonna try to push gold down here? We need to figure that out. Or the dollar down here, sorry. Daily demand is there. The yen is freaking weak. Look at the yen real quick. Look at the yen basket. Got rejected there now. I'm gonna enter dollar yen long, geez. That's what I'm gonna do today. I'm not gonna look at gold today unless we do see a breakdown. We take this low. We take out a low or something like that. I'm gonna pay attention to this here, but I prefer to look at the dollar yen right now and see what we can do here. Let's see if we can actually hold up here and break out. Let me set it up. Can we get a closure above that high? And if we can close above this high, kind of a no-brainer. Johnny Boy says you have to be a maniac scalper like Fabio to just focus on one asset. If you are a day or intraday swing or long-term investor in multiple assets, it's good. I agree completely, man. I agree completely. If you are a scalper and you utilize the order flow data and all that stuff here, then I think you have a very good chance of succeeding here, right? I actually really like it. It looks like a really strong entry model one here. I'm gonna give it a go, guys. I'm gonna enter this trade. See where it takes me. I'm gonna take it on. We look at CFD, right? So. Ronnie says gold left you behind with a measly 1 to 2. Well, how much money do you have, Ronin? How much money did you make? Huh? Are you a millionaire, G? How much money do you have? Fucking Ronin. Mr. Ronin. Hey, I'm Ronin. I'm looking at gold and one asset only. The fine profile is bullshit. Back to my 0.001 lot size. Obviously joking, right, Ronin? Obviously I'm joking. Yeah, I'm gonna enter this long, alright? I'm in a long right now on dollar yen, G's. That's what I'm gonna do. Let's see if we can push further. Never trade ICT. You know, the thing about ICT is there are actually a couple things that I do like. Funny enough, there are a couple things that I do like around the strategy itself. Like the power of 3 is clearly relevant. However, yeah, it depends how you manage it though. Ronin, I don't need to depend on a YouTuber. Yeah, you definitely don't need to depend on me, my friend. Absolutely not. That makes a lot of sense. You should not depend on a YouTuber. That's for sure. I wonder why you're watching already, though. Why are you still watching, actually? Fucking Ronin. Still watching. Are you going for a sell on gold? Let's see. I don't know. Depends on what gold is doing. It looks really freaking strong right now. It looks really freaking strong. How much do you risk on this trade? 2 Gs. That's it. Bro, last week has been so bad trading. I hate the price action yet. I cannot stay out of trading. What is my problem? Just go back to the drawing board, my friends. Go back to the drawing board, right? You'll be fine. We have been absolutely crushing the EURUSD though. Absolutely crushing it. Absolutely crushing it. Last week here, we had this beautiful swing, CERC. Here, another one. So I think we actually had a really good week last week. Had a really good week last week. Especially on the euro. The fact that you exited gold early, missed a big push into this trade, careful. I would never trade a setup that I would not consider to be a setup, like for sure. Doesn't mean I cannot lose this trade, of course, right? But I don't know, maybe you feel like I never have really the feeling that I miss out on a trade. Like I took the trade, I won the trade, right? Like there is no such thing as always hitting a perfect trade, right? In my opinion, there is no such thing as hitting a perfect trade. Made 2.6K on that trade. Could have been more? Could have been more. Yes, could have been more. Okay. Well, next one, right? No need to rush it. We're gonna end up green anyways today. It looks like you want to like freaking push through, right? Just need that final squeeze. Why do you trade the dollar yen when it's night already in Japan? Because it's morning in the United States. You get it? Since when do you trade with your personal account? Yeah, I decided to trade some Forex too. If I don't see a really clean setup on gold, for example, which I predominantly trade futures with on my futures account, then yeah, I trade. Why not? I trade the dollar yen. I trade Forex on my personal account. I also trade gold too, but Forex is mainly on my my personal CFD account. I also realized I just need to also trade my personal account as well here and not just wait only for the swing trades, which I've done for a while, right? I've been kind of looking at my swing trading setups, etc. for a while. But, you know, I also need to just trade what I know best. And that is the higher to lower time frame. Is gold in a distribution phase now? Watch your video. Well, right now, if you can see here, gold is in that higher time frame zone. We told you guys, right? This is going to be an extremely important zone to pay attention to for gold. So everyone who says that gold is bullish. Well, yes, it's true. But we are now reaching we're now reaching that resistance, right? This is kind of what you can see here. Gold being in that major area of resistance right now at the moment. And it's going to struggle here. It's going to struggle to hold up here. You can see it already, right? So you can kind of see how gold now is behaving. New York session is starting right now, right now. So it's interesting to see that while we're actually tapping into that zone right around the New York Stock Exchange open as well. I still think we can make that push up here. You can see the 30 minutes, right? It's kind of like still holding up really well. But we know for a fact that we are in resistance now. What is wrong with Cloudflare's network? Everything on the internet is crashing. Is that for real? Not again, right? Seriously? Oh shit. You're right. You're right. You are correct. Another outage? No way, man. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming, G's. It is coming. Ooh. The global outage is happening. We saw that before already with Amazon, right? Now we see it again. There must be something happening. Something. All these freaking servers down. I hope we can close our trade. Give me 1 second.
Double D's plus like 1 or 2 degrees. Take me shopping overseas. Who can do it just like me? Coke bottle the physique, fashion model but a G. Got a nigga spending green. He ain't sipping on no lean. Like who gon' tell me no? Keep me icy, make it snow. If he ain't tricking, gotta go. If that's your man, he my hoe. You know I get what I want. Play the back, I'm in the front. I ain't mean, baby, I'm blunt, but it's sweet just like a blunt. Bitches think they sipping tea about who I'm with, but they ain't bleed. Yeah, I make them all say we. He like, babe, let's make it we. I need a ring, I need a key. I need a diamond, make it bling. Told him get down on one knee. He know he gotta pay that fee, bitch. Face card never D. Slash was pretty petite. Who is she like, babe?
Yeah, so if gold is rejecting right now on that higher time frame zone we talked about, right? Then it's going to the lower time frame and it's seeing to see how price develops here. And if that happens, the dollar is probably holding up really well. Let's see what the dollar is doing right now, because if the dollar is holding up, that's actually decent. The yen is just freaking weak. Like, that's the main thing around the yen right now. Lorenzo, I was listening. I'm on the same page with you. Can you please tell me why we couldn't enter in gold at 4,030 level? Because the reason is mainly, this is actually a valid setup, right? We talked about this already. It was actually kind of a valid setup here. Then price broke out. Never really came down here. But overall, now it's just too late to buy, right? That's kind of the conclusion. I think most people are gonna either try to stay and hope that it breaks out, or it simply will not break out, right? And it will just hover around this resistance here. So this is an area where gold is just gonna stall, I guess. So buying there is a bit too risky in my opinion right here. This is why I just took my London session setup and I moved it over to the dollar yen instead. All the prop firms are down. Is that for real? Ah, that would be bad here. It's anyways, we'll check it out in a second here. Talking about prop firms, right? FundedNext is gonna come with a new offer tomorrow. So we're gonna give away some accounts. We're gonna give away some accounts again to you guys. Looking forward to that. Three to be exact. We're gonna give away 3 accounts, 3 challenges to either one of you guys again this week. So I'm looking forward to that. We're gonna come tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll talk about it. FundedNext is not down. That's better. That's good. Good to know. Yeah, FundedNext is killing it, G's. FundedNext is absolutely killing it. If you are a big fan of props, CFD firms, they're now back in the United States. The fact that they can get back into the United States again as a CFD prop firm is a huge deal. It's really good for the industry in general. It's not just about FundedNext, it's about the industry in general. The fact that the Americans allow it is a good sign. It's a very good sign. And that FundedNext is doing that is a good sign. Similar to FTMO, right? FTMO did it too. FundedNext is doing the same thing, following FTMO's footsteps. I think that's a good sign. Lorenzo, thank you for your free setups, man. It really has helped me learn. Yeah, we're gonna start looking also at a couple other layers around gold. It's not just gold anymore. Not only gold. Only when it gives me a setup. You know, also you have to understand this, right? Like on the stream, of course, what I want on the stream is I want to freaking trade. Like that's what I want, right? I want to trade the New York session, clearly. But our community is not only solely based around gold, right? And I've been only focusing on gold mainly because I thought always, oh, people are going to be confused. People are going to be confused because if I start trading different Forex pairs as well, people are going to get confused. Then I realized, you know what? Fuck that, man. I need to trade. So I need to trade what I want to trade, right? So that's the main reason why. If I cannot find a clear setup on gold that I like during the New York session, in this case, for now at least, and only in the London session I could find a good setup, then, you know, I might trade what I like to see, like other setups that I do like to see, for example. Somebody just told me that trading the volume profile is trash. I told him, let's meet me at the top. Nice. Yeah, the thing is, a lot of people don't really know how to properly use it correctly. So, you know, just drawing some lines because of the volume profile is not going to turn you into a profitable trader, right? So I guess he had some bad experiences or something. Or he just doesn't know how to properly use it correctly. But one thing I've learned about the volume profile, it's for me personally, it's not gonna help me with picking sides, right? Picking the direction. The direction comes from things outside of the volume profile. The volume profile is just for the execution. That's what we talk about in the book as well, all the time, right? It's not about, it's about creating a clear bias beforehand. That's what matters. Yeah, what I like is that we tapped into this range, right? Perfect confirmation actually right here, right? We held this fixed for a high level of this range. We broke and closed above this range. So yeah, that gives me a lot of comfort. So entry, stop loss, and then just target a 2-to-1 right there. See what we can do if you break the highs. Putting our stops on break, even when we break the highs, something in that matter. So let's see if we manage to break a push further. If the setup and entry criteria are the same, it should be confusing. True, true, true. You know, it really wants to push, right? It really wants to push. I know you want to. I know you want to. One thing on the dollar yen as well here. We came from like a 12 hour of the month. So that's something that I was looking at. Like we tapped into this 12 hour of the month zone. We created a bottom wick on this next candle and we're now flipping bullish. We just need to see if we can follow through here. Why are you drawing the higher time frame order blocks instead of using the higher time frame volume profile? It's a good question, man. That's a good question. So what I really like about the higher time frame supply and demand is that it really shows a clean footprint from an institutional perspective, and volume too, right? Volume too. So you could in theory use the volume profile on the higher time frame too. I'm not saying you cannot, but I just found the higher time frame supply and demand zones being extremely accurate. Anything above the 8 hour, so the 8 hour, the 12 hour, the daily, the weekly, they're just so reliable. So I decided to utilize that as my core principle, understanding market structure and supply and demand on the higher time frame to help me with my bias, and then execute on the volume on the lower time frame to fine tune my entry and to increase my risk to reward ratio. Man, I guess gold is respecting that higher time frame resistance. Yeah, that's what we talked about, G's, for now. And I'm not saying it's going to drop, right? I'm not saying it's going to break down. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. But I told you guys about, there is going to be that resistance there. We know it's going to be there. For sure. Cloudflare seems to be working again. It's kind of interesting how, all these servers suddenly are, blowing up and shit. It's kind of interesting, don't you think? Amazon, now Cloudflare, just in the span of a couple weeks. It's very rare. Yeah, gold tapped into the... Did gold tap into the Sunday Open, actually? Yeah, it did. Look at that resistance, jeez. This is another reason why this should actually go up. Dollar yen should go up. If gold starts dropping here, I don't see any reason why this couldn't drop. Why this couldn't go up further here. Let's see. Would you look for yourself with respects to the higher time frame? Well, kind of right now. It doesn't really show me anything that I really like here. If we start ranging, you know, we calm that down and we do something like this, the 5-minute time frame, maybe. But it's holding up, right? Gold is still holding up. This was a really clean setup right here during the London session. Then we had this breakout, this range break. Now we're gonna face resistance here. If you go to the 1 hour, you think, okay, that's bullish. It's looking strong, and it's true. But we are like, there is a chance we come down and then just, you know, try to break further. But I don't see any really clean setups on gold now that really spikes my interest, which I'm like, wow, yeah, that's amazing. What's your reason for this setup? I'm always open to learn more. I love that, my friend. Welcome, by the way. Blue Million. Good to see you. We tapped into 12-hour demand. We held that zone very well. We are constantly creating higher time frame demand zones. This is a pattern that you see all the time with the yen. Okay, in this case, when you create these zones, you find incredible setups there. So if you go on the daily, it's even more clear. And price tapped into that, okay? And then the moment it taps into that zone, what we're looking for is some sort of range play breakout, right? And what you can see here is a range and a breakout. So we tapped into 12-hour demand here, higher time frame. We created a range and a breakout, right? Then the first test is this zone, is the range that held, okay? Then he also had a range here. You can see that right there, right? We kind of had that range. And we wanted to make sure that we at least broke back above the value high of that range for me to say, now I have a good setup, because now I can push my entry there, place my stop loss below it, and target what I think is reasonable, and that is a 2-to-1, right around there. So if you want to have more information about that, my friend, you can go to download the book in the description, okay? Because we show all these setups all the time. And also we talk about supply and demand as well here. So it's not just about the volume profile, it's also about the higher time frame and about supply and demand, okay? So I think it's going to be very helpful. And it's free for you, so. As for heading into the hourly closure here, sellers are stepping in again. We need more live trades. I think I've done around, what, 500 on this channel. Watch gold. Gold is dropping. Yes. Told you. Told you. Right in that zone, right? Right in that exact zone. This is why we never really, we pay so much attention to the higher time frame, because it's so easy to lose track, right? It's kind of so easy to lose track of the higher time frame, not paying attention to it. Whereas you can just see clearly why we're getting rejected there. We're getting rejected there because of that range, right? That candle right here. This one right there on the 12-hour time frame, you can see it very clearly. And boom, you reject. My pleasure. If you can join the London session also. Man, actually the London session has not been doing bad at all. That's true. Lucas says, and can I still join the Telegram? I already have a Vantage account. If you already have a Vantage account, it's super easy for you, man. You can just simply click on this link right here. Already have a Vantage account right there. Or it will be dropped in the chat. You just follow these steps and you can easily get access right away. Super easy. Lorenzo, why didn't you not take the bottom wick of the 12-hour supply instead of just the top wick and the body? Because it has these like long wicks, right? And whenever I see these candles, this is just from experience, I don't know why. But whenever it has these like long wicks, these quick wicks, these long wicks, I always notice that we tap into the body for some reason. Like we tap into the actual body instead of the wick itself here, right? The thicker like the candle, the more I tend to look at, for example, the wicks on both sides as well. But I noticed that just the longer the wicks, the more accurate these bodies are. I don't know why, but it's just the truth. I don't have a good reason for it. It's just purely, I don't know, guess personal experience, I guess. How are your top step accounts going? Good. We are now just back at where we came from after our max payout. So we're trying to build it up again here. Lorenzo, did you already try out the deep charts platform? I haven't done that yet, man. I have to check it out though, for sure. I have to support the boys, right? That's actually a good point you're making. Lorenzo, I'm losing my confidence about the setup and trading. You mean about this setup or trading in general? Or your trading in general? Because a setup is just a setup. In general, okay. The number one thing that I do when I'm struggling is I clean everything up, like everything up. And from that moment onwards, I simply just zoom out and use the higher time frame. And really focus on the higher time frame. Because what I noticed was a lot that I go, for some reason, right? I start winning and I start getting obsessed with the lower time frame. I start like trying to get into these trades, into these patterns, and just keep trading that. And every time when I do that, I start losing more. And then I realize, oh no, boom, higher time frame first. Focus on the higher time frame 90% of the time. And it helps me tremendously, man. Helps me a lot. What is your confidence level in this setup? I don't get emotionally attached to a setup. So the word confident and like sure about, right? All these terms are only going to work against you over time. You can kind of say like, do you think it was a good setup? Do you think it like had all the things that you were looking for? If that answer is yes, then there is nothing more to be said. Hi Lorenzo, can you explain how you reason when you draw a range on the chart, which is the first candle you take consideration? So for example, let's go dollar yen. Ooh, look at that shit. Let's go dollar yen. And look at this range. You can kind of see an area where you can kind of see that not much is happening, right? So what I usually do is if you have a major push or a major drop off, that's where it starts. And when you leave that channel, that's where it ends. So the way I look at it more from a perspective of ranges, just try to mark out the boxes and go from there. You get better into it over time. Whereas I sold gold 3 minutes ago. Yeah, it looks like it's getting rejected there, yeah. IG, I tried now for a few weeks to download your LTA book, but it doesn't work with your link. Is there any other website where you can get it? I don't understand it. Like why 10,000 people are able to download it, but you are unable to download it. So it should be working. You just try a different email, I guess. Maybe that works well. And if not, just open a ticket in our customer support, yeah? And we'll help you out. And Q is dumping. Kind of expected this too. Almost out, unfortunately. I didn't want to end today and break even today. Slight profit. Slight profit. Oh. Oh, come on. Don't want to make just 500 bucks. MK says UJ was a clear market maker sell model. Really? Market maker sell model, range rates. Explain me. If this flips, that will be absolutely freaking nuts. That would be crazy. That would be wild. Wouldn't be the first time, right? It wouldn't be the first time. Would not be the first time. How many hours per day did you use to backtest, and did you do all or mostly all by hand? So to be really honest with you, can I be honest? Like, backtesting is one thing, right? And I asked someone to backtest my model. So that model took 2,000 trades and it was proven to be profitable, right? That's all I needed to know. Then I backtested it myself, of course, to make sure profitable. But the reality is that you can backtest as much as you want. But what I just like to do with backtesting, I like to backtest just to know if something has potential or not. And if it has potential, I'll take it to the live markets right away. I don't see a reason to wait. Domi says, I'm still in. Vantage saved me. Yeah, let's see how it goes, man. We're not there yet, though. We're not there yet, but Hey, if you were on a shitty broker right now, right? If you were in a shitty broker, it would have been over already. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. 100%. Because you saw where price was, right? You saw where price was. All these random brokers, they're gonna screw you. Vantage is goated for this, no stop loss. Yeah, let's just remove our stop loss today. Fuck it. Let's see where it goes. Lorenzo, it's a sell. Yeah, say that next time when we're up in profit, please. Okay. How did you end up with this strategy? Like, how did you start and what was your approach for making it having an edge? So what I did was I learned from a couple guys that I really looked up to, right? And I think that's what I found. I worked with their unique system, with their own strategy. And I realized that, oh, if you can combine it, like if you can create some sort of hybrid model out of it, then that can work. That can actually work very well. So that's what I've done. I took like the best. I was trying to find things that I liked and merge it together and see if that would work in my favor, if that would work out. And that's what I've done. So that's why. Nice. Do you guys remember that in the last stream, we gave away a challenge to someone randomly in the chat that we knew already was working, doing his best? But he got it. He got his challenge right now. So good luck, my friend. Good to see you. Hero spot moment. You're the guy. You got your challenge. Let's make it happen, man. No pressure though. Okay, no pressure. No pressure, right? And I'm just sharing this with you guys so you understand that we actually give these accounts away and we're not just talking like we are, doing it and actually not doing it. The reason why I gave that challenge to this guy was because he was very eager to learn. And I think I'm gonna do this more often with people in the chat that are eager to learn, right? That understand that you win, you lose, but if we can prove that we're profitable over time, then that's all that matters. And if you want to learn, then that's the ideal. So, some people should get rewarded for that. And not everyone has the capital, right? And you have to respect that too. But my G, no pressure, by the way. No pressure. If you don't, blow up the challenge, don't, part of the game, man. Part of the game. When are you managing the trade? When I'm either stopped out or we flip. My number one objective usually is if I can end the day in green, I'm happy. So yeah, let's see. Oh, I will end the day in green, but that I would call that a break-even day to me, to be honest, because like a couple $100. MA man, welcome to the streams. So basically, no managing if trade goes against you. Well, the managing is my stop loss. That's the managing, right? I don't have to manage the trade anymore because I have a stop loss, right? Like what else do I need to manage? Close my position now, earlier. You know, that's always like should have, could have type of scenarios. You kind of know what you want to risk, then you know what you're going to lose. You can always lose less than planned if you see it goes against you. It's true. It's true if you're really precisely saying, oh, it goes against me, I'm getting out right away, boom. And you only take like the ones that go in your favor right away. But the amount of trades that went in not in my direction, right? The amount of trades that went against me at first and played out perfectly. Yeah, you know, so what's going to happen? You're going to exit trades early. In a small loss, and then the trade plays out. How much did you risk? Around $2,000 on this trade, and I only made around $2,700 on another trade, so that's also actually not good enough. My risk to reward ratio today is completely off. It's completely off. So yeah, it is what it is, man. I will end up in green a little bit, and I'll come back strong tomorrow. Lorenzo, look at gold. Yeah, same thing, bro. In resistance. Trader Academy says, if you have problems letting trades hit your stop loss, size down. Tip from the random man in the chat. I agree. I actually like this. I agree with you. I also realized that same exact thing is happening to me as well before. I risked too much. And because I risked too much, I started stressing about every single little pip move. Every freaking pip. I started stressing about it. Oh, now we're in profit. Now we're in loss. Now we're in profit. Now we're in loss. I started stressing hard. Then I was like, I just reduced my risk to something that fits my balance properly, or my portfolio, whatever you want to call it. And then I'm like, okay, cool. Whatever happens, happens, right? Do you guys recognize that, by the way? Like, the more you risk, the more you're gonna like look at the charts, and like the more you're gonna get glued to your screen, and the more mistakes you're gonna make. Do you have a track record? No, man. People just watch me on stream, see me lose, and then they come back tomorrow and they watch me lose, and that's it. Can't believe we're still holding. Absolutely crazy. Losing a trade in front of your subscribers require courage. You are the best. Yeah, losing a trade with your own live account in front of people only sucks when you don't believe in your strategy. Right? I mean, it sucks if you don't feel that you don't know what you're doing. I mean, I've lost on stream, I think, I don't know, 100 times. More. So, I don't know. You get used to it, I guess. It's actually wild that price still flipped bullish though. Holy shit. That's crazy. Marcel says, I cut losses, I'm running perfectly fine. Well, that's fair, right? If you think that from your strategy standpoint onwards, it works for you in your favor, then this is something that you have to follow for sure. If you say, okay, listen, I'm more momentum trader, so when price goes against me, I cut my trades early, and when goes in my favor, I let them run, then that can work. Aren't you ever scared that your strategy will stop working? The thing about supply and demand on the higher time frame, man, like it works, it still works, it has been working for years. I don't see any difference in that. Volume is just another tool that we utilize, right, on the lower time frame that shows us the potential, right? It's just pretty obvious that the volume profile is nothing more than the understanding of where the most trades are executed on the chart. So look at that 30-minute candle, by the way. Wow. Look at that. Look at the 15-minute. Look at the VIX very high. Look at that range. Look at the expansion. Look at the retracement. Our stop loss is right below that. That's the reason, man. We have our value area high at least helping us a little bit. Crazy. Lorenzo, good morning. Been with the community for over 2 or 3 years. I know it's hard to keep up with the live streams, but keep it up. You're a really good trader and transparent. Thank you. Thank you, Dominican Trades. Thank you. Appreciate that, man. I really do. I really do. Thank you, man. Come on, can we just flip this hourly candle bullish and forget that this ever happened? Where's your entry? My entry is at 155.284. And my stop loss is right below the hourly low right now. Man, look at the 5 minute as well, right? It gets pushed down. So happy with this community, Lorenzo. Keep on doing what you're doing. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. We will. We'll keep working every day. Thanks, bro. Do you take a zone with the point of control very low, very high, or just take that precise line? Precise line. Lorenzo, why didn't you just show your track record? It's easy. I've been showing my track records for years already. I've been showing all my trade Zellas, my trades, my payouts, everything. So what is there else to show, you know? Sometimes, like, I don't want to, you know, I'm just going to be honest with you guys, okay? Sometimes I don't want to show my track records when I'm in a losing trade, losing position. Because I don't want to, like, rectify my loss, if that makes sense, right? Like, why do I always have to show, oh, I lost this trade, but look at my amazing track records? Well, fuck that, all right? If you don't want to be on my stream, then just don't be on my stream. I rather show my track records when it's like, you know, when it makes sense. Not to prove something. Don't worry, guys. We lost this trade, but look how profitable I am. Don't you think that taking a zone like 2 or 3 pips above and below the line might give you more entries? No, I think usually it taps into our level. Like very well. Yeah. Minister says, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. My buys are winners while my sells are losers. Most of the time it's probably my entry or not knowing when to take profit. Interesting. So you're saying that your buys are winners, but your sells are losers. Is that on one asset or is it in general? Because it seems to be like, it's more like a market structure thing, right? Or a trend thing. Maybe you have a much higher accuracy on buys because it just, the market is setting up for buys more than sells. Wow, I can't believe we're still in this trade, right? And it doesn't just want to flip it, it just stays there. Expecting gold to break the 4,082. It's holding on really well. We knew that this was going to be resistance. That's why I say I don't really see a clean like short setup that really like appeals right now. Because it seems to be just holding up really well. It just shows us that we're kind of in that higher time frame. You know, higher time frame resistance right now. But it doesn't necessarily mean that because we're in higher time frame resistance here, we're gonna find really good like sell setups, right? So that's why I was a bit more hesitant, and I was much more confident about buys today, especially during the London session, for example. But hey, it could still turn out if you do see a range breakout or whatever. But yeah, right now. UJ about to flip. I mean, guys, come on. We've been saying that every time. We've been saying this every time. It's gonna flip. It's gonna flip. For sure, this trade is tanking to your stop loss. I'm taking a quick sell scalp right now. Yeah, it looks, to be honest, it looks like it. It looks like it. I agree. Lorenzo, use the hammer and magnet strategy. What is the hammer and the magnet strategy? How much do you risk? $2,150. $2,150. We made $2,700, $2,718. So I would still be up $600, which is actually not good because that shows me that my risk to reward today was off completely. So yeah, that's pretty weak. We ended the day in green, but barely. Absolutely barely. Not my best trading day. If you don't hit stop loss, I'm done trading. If you don't hit stop loss, my G, I'm done trading. Oh man, I wish it would flip right now, man. I wish it would fucking flip right now. Oh, that would be funny. That would be funny. But I doubt it too, to be honest with you. I can kind of see how that candle has formed. It's pushing and how it wants to take that low. The only thing is that, like, if you go to the dollar yen here, right? We have the POC there. If it goes in there, it will be nuts. But yeah, we will be out of the position completely anyways. So we just accept. Or I just accept. I'm in deep profits from my sell scalp. Amazing. Congratulations.
Bad bitch, that's got never did. Slash was pretty petite. Who is she like, bae? It's me. French kiss make it say we. Got 'em all like we.
Where's your stop loss? 155047.
Who is she like, bae? It's me. French kiss make it say we. Got 'em all like we. Bad bitch, she got double D's plus like 1 or 2 degrees. Take me shopping overseas. Who can do it just like me? Coke bottle the physique. Fashion model but a
Lorenzo, is this personal capital? Yes.
sipping on no rum.
This is one of my accounts, yes.
Keep me icy, make it snow. If he ain't tricking, gotta go. If that's your man, he my hoe. You know I get what I want. Play the back, I'm in the front. I ain't mean, baby, I'm blunt. But it's sweet just like a blunt. Bitches think they sipping tea. About who I'm with, but they ain't know. Yeah, I make them all say we. He like, babe, let's make it we. I need a ring, I need a key. I need a diamond, make it bling. Told him no one
I can't watch it anymore. Give me 1 second.
Face got never did. Slash was pretty petite. Who is she like, bae? It's me. French kiss make it say we. Got 'em all like we. Bad bitch. Face got never did. Slash was pretty petite. Who is she like, bae? It's me. French kiss make it say we. Got 'em all like we.
Hey Lorenzo, good that you're back. How was your holiday? Yeah, my holiday was good, man. Thank you, appreciate that. I actually came to visit my father. It was very nice. Spent some time with my father. Had a good time. Had a good time with my dad. It's been a while that I saw him, so it was actually very nice. Had a good time. In Dubai, having fun. My father right there. Trade Sharp. Do you know Trade Sharp? My guy. You guys probably know him too, right? Yeah, it was very good. Bank of Japan intervention incoming. They've been threatening it for weeks. Can't wait. Can't wait for that intervention. Can't wait for the Japanese yen unwinding. Gonna cause a shake up the market a bit. Wow, this is absolutely torture, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Nothing against, no emotions here, but it's just, you know the bandage theory. My mother used to just take off the bandage. Usually works better. Just remove your stop loss. Yeah. We're just gonna move it down to there, right? That's a good point, actually. Let's just put it there and let's lose $15,000, $16,000 instead. Oh. So Lorenzo, did your mom first influence you to get into trading? No, I think it was the other way around. I started trading and then my mother started trading later. So my mother actually started trading after me, but she traded her own thing. She never took any, she never looked at what I did or something. She just took her own experience to the charts. Her own YouTube, her own whatever, her own mentors. Lorenzo, you switched from top step? No, I do both. I do both. Depends on the setup. Depends on gold also. But now I'm trading, at the moment I'm trading Forex. At least today. Sida, my friend, welcome. Welcome to the streams, my G. Good to see you. Bro, if this flips, there will be a trade of the year. Well, the way it looks right now is I'm gonna get stopped out, and then it flips bullish. It's gonna set in a new low, but that's just a guess, right? I don't know. No one knows. If it does flip bullish, it will be absolutely nuts, though. It will be an absolute. It will be nuts to see that live on stream, of course. Never thought about passing a FundedNext challenge on stream. I mean, bro, I worked my way to a max payout on Top Step on stream. Right? A nice 25k payout on stream. So, yeah, in terms of prop firms and then all that stuff, I think we've done it already. And we will keep doing that for now. Maybe in the future, you know, we'll get another additional FundedNext challenge or whatever. Who knows? Last live or 2-3 streams ago, we flipped our stop loss to a take profit. Yeah, that was true. That was true. We experienced something similar a couple streams ago on gold. And we hit our full TP after that. That's true. Who is Ala Aima? You follow him? I don't know. Do I follow him? I have no idea. I don't know. Who I follow, I don't know. Could be. Let's be honest, guys. This is getting out of hand right now. Look at this. This is getting out of hand. Look at the 1 minute. This is getting out of hand. Unbelievable. Lorenzo, last viewers today. Yeah, well, a couple things. Number one, we're not trading gold. That's one layer. And we've been stuck in this position for a long time. I understand it's really hard to watch. It's very painful to watch. So, yeah, I can get into that. What was your entry on London gold? My entry was at 4,023. Okay, give me like 10 minutes until the hourly closure. If I'm still not out of this trade, then... Okay, the new hourly candle. The new hourly candle. Unbelievable. Lorenzo, if they make you a chart, what would your 2025 look like? A massive up, down, and an up again. A higher high, higher low, higher high formation. Bullish overall. The trend is clearly bullish. If every one of you guys now buy on a real live account, okay, then joking, 500 people. Let's all put our life savings. Don't do that, by the way. Please don't do that. No financial advice. That was a joke. Clearly irony, okay? Yeah, Goldie. People were saying like, yeah, but gold is bullish. Gold is so bullish. Like, only buys, no sells, right? But yeah, sure, but pay attention to that freaking zone. Pay attention to that high. Lorenzo, I just followed you on IG. Nice. Yeah, follow your boy on Instagram. Let's do it. We show our actual track records there. as of how it should be. Tribal says, bro, you reached out some years back. Took you for a joke, my bad. I could have been far. Everyone has their own journey, my friend. Everyone has their own journey. He says, so where is the guy that shorted the dollar yen? I'm not sure. Is he still in great profits? His quick short scalp? Yo, G, I've been processing slowly in the ebook because as it's progressing, I completed the key section. I applied it immediately in the charts. Yo, G, I've been processing slowly in the ebook. Okay. Amazing. That's what you should do. You should read the ebook, pay attention to something, a certain section, and immediately apply it to the charts and see it for yourself. I agree. Good initiative for sure. Yeah, let's see where the dollar is at, because if the dollar is okay, there we go. That's gonna help us, guys. I'm not gonna lie, that is gonna help us. That is gonna help us. The dollar reacting and bouncing from that daily demand zone on the 1 hour time frame. That is gonna help us. There's no question about that. W dollar. I think you might have just saved our asses here. Not sure though. We're not there yet. There's at least some hope. There's hope again. There's hope. There's hope. Do I just see? Do I just see right now, guys? Is this real? Are we seeing? Are we seeing a green candle? Is this a green candle? It's a green candle. It's a green candle. Unbelievable. W. Very high. Yeah, that's wild. That's crazy, actually. Yeah, the dollar looks really good here. That's the whole thing about it right now. The dollar is actually pushing pretty well. And I do like the fact that we tapped into that daily demand zone one more time here on the higher time frame. And are now flipping bullish. That shows, it's interesting. The fact that we're flipping here is showing potential here now. It's pretty wild, actually. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Back at entry, huh? Back in profit. These are the moments where you just feel like, because you were in drawdown so long, right? And this is actually a serious topic that we have to talk about, because we were in drawdown so long, almost stopped out. The first thing that you want to do right now is close the trade, right? And it might, in most cases, be the better way, the best solution. You just say, you know what, I got out, I got lucky, I'm out of the trade. And it's actually true. That's the natural feeling that you have, like you want to close the trade right now. But now I'm looking at the trade, I'm like, but we're respecting the value high. Clearly. The dollar bounced from the month. Let's see what the yen is doing. The yen is... Okay, the yen is... yeah, the yen is in resistance. I mean... Yeah, it's sorry to say it, guys, but... I know it would look awkward if I would lose this trade on stream now still, right? It would look very awkward. But I have to hold it. I kind of have to hold it. It sounds terrible, but it's just the truth. That will be terrible, right? Still losing the trade. But I have to hold it. Objectively speaking, right? No emotions now, no like, oh, I'm lucky, let's get out of break even. No, objectively speaking, right? Looking at the actual setup. I'm like, kind of have to hold it. It is what it is. I'll accept defeat, guys. If I lose the trade, I'll accept it fully. Okay? But I have to objectively look at the setup now and say, is it still worth it? Yes or no? Regardless of what happened in the past, is it still worth it? Is there still potential? Yeah, I would say yes, there is still potential. Look at the daily on the dollar right now. Look at the dollar pushing here. And then look at the yen. See, let's look at the yen here. The gold is dropping as well, by the way, from that zone. The only thing that needs to stop now is the yen. The yen needs to slow down here. And I think the only way when the yen starts to slow down is when gold starts finding support short term. And that's very close. So, conclusion. I give it some time. I still give it some time to see how it develops and accept defeat if needed. Give it. Let's see how it develops. Let's see if we can get a little bit of momentum here. If you say, listen, I'm out, then you can exit the trade right now, right? If you took this trade, you can say, I'm out, whatever, I'm out of the trade. Cool. I accept that. You should make your own decision here. You hold and you increase your position. Now, I'm not gonna increase my position. There is no chance. No chance. There is no chance. Now I'm just looking at the setup. I'm like, yeah, but if I would exit the trade, I would exit this trade that I would enter usually again. Like, why would I then exit the trade, right? That goes through my mind right now. Then on the other hand, I have another voice on my right side saying, yeah, but you have been in drawdown this whole trade already. Like, you're now back, you're safe. You can exit risk-free. Everyone, you know, will be happy in the chat. But then I'm like, yeah, but like, you know, make a decision here. Trade itself looks good. That's why. Are you not trading gold these days? Well, only today, right? For now. I traded gold in the London session. Yeah, so one more time, right? The yen basket is in resistance. The Japanese yen basket is in resistance. It's getting rejected from that 8-hour supply zone right now. Then we have the dollar. The dollar is bouncing from daily to month. Right here. We actually came up. We're trying to break the highs here. Then we have the dollar yen, right? The dollar yen itself. Dollar yen, higher time frame, bounced from 12-hour to month. Internally, it created the range, the breakout, higher high, higher low, and it created W formation. So range, breakout, higher high, higher low. I mean, yeah, what can I say? I can't exit the trade. I opened my short on gold 4053, okay? Yeah, I couldn't find a good setup that I liked on gold. I focused on the dollar yen. But yeah, just to bring it back to gold here. Do you guys understand right now like why these higher time frame zones are so important and why no one really talks about them, right? Like why everyone is so obsessed with the lower time frame. Do you notice this? Press a 1 in the chat if you realize this. Like how everyone is obsessed with like the lower time frame. They don't look at these higher time frame zones even when they're day trading. I'm like, bro, you're a day trader. That doesn't mean or when you're a scalper, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't look at the higher time frame and take it extremely serious. You can see that right here, right? Like it's just an absolute important area. Wow. Lorenzo, thanks Vantage. Oh man, we have to thank Vantage. Vantage, you are by far the best broker out there. Thank you so much. Without you, I would have been stopped out right now already. Thank you so much for being a good broker and doing the right thing. Appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Lorenzo, suddenly the seller is gone. That's usually what happens, right? So let me tell you how it works on this stream. When I'm in profits, everyone is happy. When I get into a little bit drawdown, people start to sell, or they start to buy, or they start to say things like, hey, yeah, hi, you're in the buy, I'm in the sell. Look, I'm in big profits right now. And they're very loud in the chat. And the moment the price turns around, they're gone. You never ever hear from them ever again. I don't know why. That's the same pattern I see all the time. Yeah, if you can manage to close this, if you can manage to close this above or break above, that will be the ideal case scenario. Of course. It is getting later, right? So I have to be tighter with my management. There's nothing I can do about that. Like, I trust the trade, of course, trust the process. But in terms of the actual time of the market right now, it's like we're reaching 11:14. It's getting a bit later. So I have to kind of manage the trade accordingly here. Monthly high at 1559 and PSC at 674. Okay. Yeah, that's something I'm looking at. Something around there, yeah. But we'll see, man. We'll see. The thing with the dollar is right now, you can see that the dollar is reaching that resistance here. Let's put the yen next to it and let's see where we are. The yen looks weak. Dollar could still flip bearish though. You can see the wick is too small. It just opened a new candle. This could be the inducement, right? So, yeah, you can kind of see it right now around the dollar here. You can kind of see this this 4-hour candle. It might push through, but it looks like the 4-hour needs to set in a steeper wick, a steeper bottom wick first before we go further. It's getting too late. I'm just gonna put on break-even G's. That's it. We got hella lucky today, regardless. For real. Up 2.7k. Okay, it's a good basis. Regardless, could have been better. Could have been much better actually. But anyways, we got out. Check gold in 1 hour. It's not a higher low formation there. Yeah, the thing with gold right now, right? If it's gonna find support now, I would not be surprised, right? That's kind of the idea here. Because if the dollar's in at resistance, etc., right, it kind of makes sense. Yeah, you see, could hold this bottom as well here, definitely. This is perfect. It's fine. Perfect. Perfect stop loss there. Perfect on break even now around this time. Lorenzo, is this the same trade or a new trade? This is the same trade, bro. If you missed what happened, then I think it's pretty boring to watch it all back. But yeah, it's the same trade. So what's the lesson for today, guys? What is the lesson here? Give me a good lesson here, G's. Come on. What is a good lesson here? Set your rules, follow the process right here, right? I could have now said easily, oh, I don't trust the trade anymore, or I'm happy that I broke even on the trade, for example. Like once we came from that break-even point, right? From that loss, almost started getting stopped out. Back to break-even, I could do two things. I could immediately click on close trade and say, oh, thank God, right? Or I objectively look at the charts one more time and say, hey, the reason why you entered this trade in the first place, right? There is a reason why you entered the trade, correct? So, what changed? What has changed ever since that moment onwards? Did something changed in terms of the execution? Or if that's the case, then why did you took the trade in the first place, right? So I objectively look at the charts, I'm like, yeah, no, the trade still makes sense. It's just, so you have to stick to it. Sticking to the plan, yes. Sticking to the plan. We did decide to put our stops on break-even though now. Around this time, it's getting very late. And we gave it more than enough time. Should I put my stop loss and break even here? I would for sure do it. Like for me personally, yes. For my strategy, yes. In this case, I think we also reached that like 1 hour almost, right? So it would be valid regardless. Based on the strategy, you put break even when it gets to 1 hour, yes, or when it's getting very late, and we have some mixed signals, mixed, you know, conflict of interest, something like that. Lorenzo, what time is it? It's right here. It is 12:30. 12:30 a.m. It's night. Abdi Up says, stop me out. Stop loss was at 155055. That's then crazy. You think you're broker, man. You know, I don't know what your spreads are. Like, what are your spreads on your broker? That's the question. So what is our entry? Our entry is still at 155284. It hasn't changed. 155284. Right around there. Stop loss is below. the low. Trader Academy, Lorenzo, I came to your stream today not to trade, but to watch. And I learned more today than ever. I've been around for approximately a year, if not more. That's amazing. Yeah, I appreciate the support as well, my man. I really do. I really do. Yeah. All right, guys, I'm gonna keep it like this for now. We can wait for this TP to be fully hit here. But stop loss is already on break even right now at our entry. I hope you enjoyed the show. It was a bit of a long, boring show today, but also exciting at the same time. I will make sure that tomorrow I will be a bit more on point with a couple other layers from a systematic standpoint, so you guys are ready to rock and roll with us. But anyways, do what you want to do with it. We got out. We got lucky in a good way and a bad way. Actually, we got lucky in a way of we didn't get stopped out. We clearly didn't get lucky because the setup just made sense in the first place, right? We knew why we entered the trade. And we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with this exit here. Stop loss is secured right now at the moment. Manage your trade correctly according to your rules. If you're in the trade, if you're not in the trade. I hope you learned something. I hope you learned that sometimes you should not hop out of the trade suddenly because you were in drawdown, right? You sometimes need to stick to your trade as well. And this is exactly what I meant, right? With not cutting your losses early. Because to me, cutting losses early can mean this. This is a good example. And I experienced that with my strategy, what I utilize. If I cut my losses early all the time for the wrong reasons, because I'm afraid of losing money, price goes against me or it goes in my favor after the moment I close my trade in a small loss. There's nothing worse than closing your trade in a small loss and price then reversing, right? Then reversing to the upside, for example. Yeah. So yeah, we managed it accordingly. So yeah, anyways, managed it correctly here. I'm gonna be back tomorrow with full energy. Also a bit jet lagged, sorry, from the whole trip, I guess. Need to get back into the flow as well here. But again, awesome. I will start trading more Forex too. And the reason why is because I just decided that I had to do that. I have to trade more Forex because my edge is really good at Forex as well, and not just gold only. And if gold doesn't give me the best setup, you know, I don't want to miss out on setups that I could have traded, right? Like Forex, for example. So that's the reason why I will mix it up. Top step futures, gold, etc., and Forex CFD on my personal account as well here. Okay. Awesome, G's. Keep it up. Thank you for coming along and thank you for sticking on the stream. Of course, half of the people already left the station when we were in drawdown. You guys are still here. I appreciate that. I respect that. And yeah, looking forward to see you again. Okay, looking forward to see you tomorrow. We will have a couple more giveaways coming for the FundedNext challenges because FundedNext will have a new offer coming as well, which is going to be very helpful. Very helpful. I'm looking forward to give away more challenges as well to the community on a day-to-day, week-to-week basis. And then we're going to see you again. Okay. Cheers, fam. Take care. One more time, my favorite song. Peace out. Thank you so much.
child from the turf. I never switch sides, like even when I die, I'ma ride for the squad. Let her ties in the hearse. I've been on the vibe, kinda hard to describe. I'm in between, I'm good and it's fine, but I'm tired of the grind. Then I come alive in the night to realize I'm in the middle of the time of my life. I'm never so packed for the stack, never lied on the rap. Got a bag from the way that I write it. Queen looking Tyson, do that ass survive, doing 80 to the house. Then I hit it to the sky, change haters on a tirade. Talking to the grip in the face, be still, let that hit stuff fade. We all want the same, we all want a meal in the safe. I wanna live like I'm trying to reach enlightenment. Trail spill from my lips, feel bent from the bit. Take a sip till I pass out. Try and get grit, but it don't make sense. Cause you can lose life on this fast route. Yeah, turn thoughts to a cash cow. I might flip that to the glass house. I don't need the accolades, I'm in love with the chase. I just wanna eat, save a spot at the table. Beast with the slap, pin myself on the map. You long with the wind, but we knowing that it's cap. 5-hour flights, couple nights at the flat. To be real, couldn't see me making moves while I'm at. I'm still on the grind, limit time when I chat. I'm burning down sage, keep the demons away. When I write it, give a piece of myself to the page. I don't do it for the praise, love, that's just how I'm made.
Truth in the glass in the mirror.
Yeah.
Do it at me, old man, tryna pass in the fear. You're the first one to talk, but the last one to hear. Eyes blurry, but I couldn't see the ass, and he cleared down. Start to feel like I'm on one. Settle in, I'll be here for the long run. I'm a slave for the cash, got snakes in the grass, no brakes on the ad, but it's all fun. We done seen it all, heard it all. Heard enough, give me space before I murder y'all. 10 bad bitches here, I'ma curve them all. 12 missed calls, and I still made a curtain call. Here to light it up, lighten up. Hear him talking, they ain't right enough, tighten up. Everything that I came for, I left with. I don't bang sets, I just bang on the set list. Going past supper when I came for the breakfast. Put me in your prayers, I might put you on the guest list. Young niggas in me reckless. Gold in my soul, got the same on my necklace, bitch.